Perfect. That's awesome. You didn't speak right.
Okay, so can you guys see this? Will you give me another warning again? If it comes off? It did once last time. That's
Oh,
right.
Western, when you have the cowboy hat, when you have the hair dryer. But that is gun. We picture it boring. Remember that? I was never played it. We were gonna sing in some song, like. Never heard it. Oh, never. It was so funny.
What do you drive
I was
your
just
best?
like,
Ten things still don't work.
I mean, I just like returned to my room last year, so I was moving around making stuff. And we had like a dinosaur comic too. Yeah, it was a lot
Okay,
shorter.
guys, good. Everybody's here. Dee, did you see me display my parallel parking? Because that's what I was doing. You were in your car. Isn't that your blue car over there? Who was in their blue car? Nobody? I guess I talked to somebody I don't know.
You talked to them?
I was so proud of them. I did one of those parallel parking things where you just go in, one move, baby. Ooh. Doesn't happen often, but I got that one.
It's a
And
little
so,
bit.
did anybody see that? Hey, she saw it. She was like,
And you don't know?
no, I thought it was Z. Oh, jeez.
That's funny.
Anyway, okay guys, today we begin our new module, our new section of the course.
Yeah.
Huh?
Is she coming?
Explain that in a second. Led by Dr. Jeannie Hamming, Professor of English. Here we had to go all the way around the ACS, the different colleges, to end up back at Centenary and get her, so she's the other Centenary professor, as you know her. Applying the complexity paradigm to sustainability and arts and literature. Those sort of two things. Here's the sort of the content area for her. That's her specialty, as you all know probably. But also literature and arts in general. So we've got a poem today to talk briefly about, but we're going to save that discussion really for Thursday because she's not going to be here with us today. She had a death in her larger family, and so she's not going to be here with us unfortunately today. I'm thinking of her, and I'm going to be able to help out and sort of guide us through this. I'll try and be Jeannie Hamming a little bit today. Be real cool. Yeah. And now, yes, let's do that thing that we do. Should be a breeze. I know we had a couple of difficulties. Okay, I don't know if you guys saw that. The 1 page or 2 pages were sort of cut off on the Aldo Leopold thing. I went and I found, oh, look, there's lots of different versions of that online. I sent that to you guys again. Also, if you just put it patched in the TED Talk, just like that, it would start 3/4 of the way through. I designed one question that would get at that last quarter, but we have another one for those who went back to the beginning.
Wait, I thought that was on purpose.
What? No? What? Really? You thought that?
Yeah.
Really?
So you-
No. Okay.
It was long too.
What?
It was
Well,
long.
Maddie's laughing at you because she went back, right, Maddie?
It was long.
Yeah, that's why I thought you fast forwarded it.
God, Raquel, you have the worst luck with these quizzes, don't you? A late day.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, it's only 1 out of like 6 questions today. Okay, I'll take it off of Raquel. I believe her. Anybody else just watch the last bit? No, good, okay, it's only Raquel after.
No, I only watched one.
You didn't also, you also are,
If that's what I need to say.
is that, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. All right, let's go. Question number 1. What animal was at the center of...
Were we supposed to read all 4 of those things for today? Like in the email?
All 3 of those things, yeah. No, all 4 of those things. Are you? One was the first class. Did you look at the reading thing? Did you look at the reading thing? At her, here's the readings.
Definitely read the
Yeah, that's the schedule of the readings, the schedule of the readings.
I did. I totally read the
I
wrong
think
thing.
I also, don't hurry through your emails, guys. Every word I say in my email is golden, right? You want to appreciate what I'm saying, so you don't. Leopold, the TED Talk, and the poem was for today. Dickinson. See, it happens to other people too. Anyway, we read an account of that animal. I don't do enough of that, do I?
What? Putting silly answers?
Yeah, silly answers. And how a mountain without that animal looks as if someone has given God what? And that was on a page that was not cut off.
What?
Okay. The mountain, when it doesn't have that animal, when the mountain does not have that animal, if you look at the mountain, it looks like somebody has given God. No, it's not getting you? And some of you read that whole thing? Okay, and
I don't remember the exact wording. Yeah.
that's enough.
Okay.
That's enough.
Okay, wait, which one, we're supposed to read the one with
Leopold.
2 pages.
This is
Yeah.
Leopold. Think
Yeah,
like a mountain.
2 pages.
No.
That's
2
good.
pages.
This
Yeah,
quiz
it
is
didn't
in
have 2 pages.
shambles.
It was a little bit longer than
The
that.
new one you sent was two
The
pages.
new one you said was
Right.
2 pages.
Oh yes, that one was 2 pages. Yeah.
Wait.
Sorry. Yeah, that one was. Should be in there.
I read it twice.
Okay, and I'll give you this. I wasn't wondering if I should give you the second part. I thought it might be hinting too much, but it said given God something and forbidden him from doing any other exercise. I thought that was sort of funny. I don't remember that. Okay, fine. Question number 4. The Emily Dickinson poem ended with the line.
I know it.
The TED Talk discussed. Cover your answers as you go, in case anybody's going to copy you because you're so happy at getting one of them. Right? Bertinsky is a. Okay, that's it.
Wait,
I'm still thinking
what was
on
Bertinsky the author of? Or what did he do?
You said TED Talk guy.
Oh.
He was a TED Talk
Wait,
guy.
is it exercise?
What?
You guys have exercises to do?
It's an exercise?
What? No, I don't know, what was
You could be an exercise. It's given him something he could use as an exercise. Okay, ready? You can say what the mountain looked like.
Oh, is that what it looked like? That had,
Okay? Alright? I'm saying that because that's the latest.
Oh!
Okay? Okay, what was the animal?
A wolf.
Wolf.
Wolf. Right. The wolf. And we read an account of that animal dying. And how the mountain without that animal looks as if someone has given God what? A hair cutter, pruning shears. That's what they said, pruning shears. New pruning shears. And forbidden God from doing any other exercise.
Can I just tell you what I put?
Uh-huh.
I put that to grow trees, but then all the deer ate all the trees.
That's fine. That would show us that she read the article.
Okay.
But we're just gonna strike that question, I think, okay, to make it equal for everybody. Okay, we'll just strike that question. Okay. The Emily Dickinson poem ended with the line on the look of death. The TED Talk discussed worldchanging.com. I do think Feed Your Toilet is interesting. And there is a TED Talk on the mushroom suit. Speaking of sustainability, do some of you remember that from intro sociology? Did anyone one of the classes where, you know, if your cadaver is put in a coffin and it's treated as they do most most bodies. It doesn't biodegrade very easily, and it's not very good for the environment at all. But there's this way you put on this suit, well, the person puts it on your corpse, and your corpse will biodegrade very nicely. Brzezinski is a photographer. Okay, good.
He's a photographer. He took all these pictures.
He was a
He
photographer.
painted those.
Oh, you thought he painted that
Yeah,
stuff?
they painted it.
I thought the animal was a goat.
No. All right, guys. That was a controversial question.
Is there another one?
Well, oh, there was another one.
Well, it's too late. Too late.
I don't think you would want it.
No.
Right, okay,
That
but
was
this
the one I
has to
was
do with
earlier,
the
the
earlier
TED
part
Talk.
of the TED Talk.
What was
I got
it?
excited because
Oh, before the dam, right?
Yes, the cities or the oil tankers. But the cities is what I had.
Those fire pictures were mind-blowing.
Okay, good. Save that. I've got a picture of that.
That was
Okay, save that
amazing.
thought. Okay. All right, guys. What would Dr. Hamming say about Leopold? I've got a quote from her. Ready? Ready for the quote? And this is going to ask you, after you read this quote, this is just some context. Sounds like most people have read it. If they haven't read it, I give them permission to take out their phone and read it. Although Leopold was an influential voice for conservation in the progressive era, the 1920s. There's a lot of words here, guys. You don't have to write all this down. As Leopold witnessed the degrading effects of simplistic linear growth and industrialization on the environment, he became concerned with articulating a certain land ethic, a way one should treat the land, where one should behave with regard to the land, to behave ethically with regard to land and nature, that accounted for human systems and their interaction with environmental systems, as well as a way to account for abstract concepts like wilderness and beauty. So we're going to start off with some discussion questions here, and I'm going to introduce the discussion question. It makes for boring television, but have the discussion question there. You're going to write a little bit on it, okay? And take out a piece of paper where you can hand this in, okay? Write a little bit on it, and we'll discuss what you've written on each one. And then we'll go to the next one and discuss, and the next one and discuss. Okay?
Can we do this all on the same sheet?
Yeah, I think so. If you need another sheet, you can take another sheet. Okay. If one sees this perspective in his short narrative essay, Thinking Like a Mountain. It's a very famous essay. It's part of the Sand County Almanac, and you see that around. That's a lot of paperbacks on that around. There's new editions being printed all the time. I've got one in my office. Somebody gave me who really cares about the environment. He's an environmentalist. Pushed it on. So questions for writing, then discussion. Here's our first question. Oh, whoops. God, I hate that. It's not custom animated. And then you see everything all at once. Here's how you do it, y'all. Go here, go up here, and unfortunately it doesn't layer.
Sure you're writing down
paragraph. So, here we go. Drawing on your knowledge of complexity, how might you describe Leopold's concept of thinking like a mountain? His concept of thinking like a mountain. Yeah, so go ahead and start writing. How does this differ from an anthropocentric, human-centered view? Yeah, and if you didn't get a chance to read it yet, feel free to take it up on your phones and start reading. Can I add, for those of you that are done, how would you integrate the concept of distributed agency into his concept of thinking like a mouse? Distributed agency, how would you use that? Okay, just give you 10 seconds to wind it up. Okay, all right, let's talk a little bit about it. So how might you describe, what'd you write for that? How might you describe this concept of thinking like a mountain?
I'm thinking in a broad view and thinking long term, not necessarily what's going to happen in the next step, but thinking a few steps down the road of how one change can affect a lot of other different things.
And so how changes in the wolf population can affect other populations. It might be good for those populations, but not for the whole system as a whole. How might it be different from thinking anthropocentrically? What is a typical anthropocentric view?
It's a selfish view, or like what's good for me, what's good for my immediate future.
Okay. Or what's even good for humanity? Maybe, hey, this is good for us. Can you think of some examples of this is good for me, or this is good for us, but maybe not for the environment?
Rainforests.
Yeah.
Cutting down rainforests for paper, for furniture, things like that. Cars. What about when somebody says, hey, I earn a living doing that. That's a job for me. It's not just making paper or furniture. It's like it supports my family. Is that an anthropocentric view also? It is. It's me. I mean, you're sacrificing yourself for your family, right? I mean, earning your, money and everything, out there doing whatever you're doing, but it is limited to human beings, right? How is an anthropocentric view better in some ways? Better in some ways. How is it better than a holistic view, if that's the mountain?
I guess in a way you do what you have to do to survive.
And how does it help you do that?
Because you do what you have to do.
Okay, but it helps you focus on that, it helps you think of what you need to survive. It's about you, and so it focuses your energies and
The progression of civilization.
yeah, it allows you to further all the people that are in this boat together in civilization, human civilization and human economies. And can you think of ways in which it would be good for the economy to think anthropocentrically and forget about the environment for a while? Let's not think about the environment. Let's put that as, in fact, there are people who've said we don't have to be quite as concerned as environmentalists say we need to be. We can go ahead and develop our economy. We don't have to be that concerned. What would be some reasons that they might say that?
Yeah.
It's a good question, right? Because you sort of can't imagine. Why would you not, Well, they might say long term, it's very reasonable to assume that we're going to develop, say, sustainable energy. We don't need to save fossil fuels, for example. Or we don't even need to worry. It's conceivable. Somebody could, I haven't seen it seriously forwarded, but it's conceivable that somebody could say, oh, we don't need to save certain materials that are sort of scarce. We can sort of mine them out of the landfills later. Isn't it reasonable to assume we can invent some sort of magnet that draws out all the plastic? There's no plastic magnet now, but maybe there would be in the future. We draw that out, refine it down, and then we have more, recycled plastic or something like that. And so they can forward those kinds of arguments where it's putting into the future those sort of solutions. We can focus on ourselves now. But it's more what Morgan's saying. It sort of focuses